Hello and welcome back to another video on how to secure yourself financially. So right now, I'm just going to jump straight forward to the cash flow statements and mention that, well, it's a report that shows the company inflow and outflow of cash. And this is very important because company need to have on hand cash to pay its expense or purchase assets. So while the income statements can tell you whether a company generates a profit, a cash flow statement can tell you whether a company generates cash, and it does that in a period of time, and it reuse all of this information from the balance sheets that it shows is the assets, liability, and shareholders equity. Okay, it's a snapshot of the company assets, liabilities, and the shareholders equity. It shows the balance sheet, what a company owns or what it owns at a fixed point in time, and the income statement, where this tells you if a company made revenue or not. The bottom line of the cash flow statements tell you the net increase or decrease of cash, and generally it is made of three main parts, and each part review cash from one of these activities: the operating activities, investing, and financing. So when I look at the operating activities, a new brave world opens up in front of me, because it adjusts and reconciliates the net income from the income statement and any cash that was used or received from operating activities that are needed to run your business day to day. Operations that are needed to run your business day to day. Exactly. And to do this, it adjusts the net income for any non-cash items that affect the income statement, such as depreciation or amortization, which it takes in account the amount of wear and tear of some assets, equipment, property, plant, equipment, machinery, tools, and another example is stock-based compensations, where now company issue stock options to executive or award the employees with that. So this is a form of value, but there is no cash involved, and that's the definition of non-cash items, right? So affect the income statement, but there is no cash transaction in the process. And it also adjusts the cash that was used for any or received from for any operating assets and liability. When I start to understand what are the operating assets and operating liabilities, so here you have on the operating assets the accounts receivable. In Spanish, this is known as cuentas por cobrar. So you have accounts receivable, inventory, prepay expense, so expense that a company made in advance for certain things that haven't consumed, or it will do that in the long run or in the near future, such as premium insurance like health for medical coverage, out of, or in the case of potential damage or accidental thief. Life, which it covers the in the event of the policyholder's death. Home as well. Liabilities, in the case of lawsuits, for example. Disability, so if you or someone or an individual suffer an accident that prevent them from work. In long-term care, such as nurse home care, or home health care, right? Another prepaid expense is rent, marketing, office supplies. So, for example, like ink printer or paper, software license, and maintenance contract. On the operating assets, we also have is the property, plant, and equipment, as the intangible assets, which are assets that the company owns that have value, but they are non-physical. And this is very important because this is something that it also helps to the day-to-day activities. But these uh, intangible assets, like patents, which provide exclusive right to the creators to to use, to manufacture and sell their invention over a period of time. So you have patents, trademarks, the use of words, designs, um, sounds, to distinguish this company from the competition. Copyright, which is somewhat similar to the patent, but here it provides exclusive right to original creators, okay, to use and distribute their content exclusively over a period of time. Trade secrets, which is something that is confidential data that company use take advantage or to get a competitive advantage, as the uh, goodwill, where nowadays is the value of a company's reputations, brand recognitions, and customer loyalty. Also very, very important, especially when you making business with others and you are generating huge amount of money, and you want is to make some public relationship, or to clean up a little bit your image, okay. uh, Depend how do you earn that amount of money. And then you also have is customer relationship, which is very, very important as well. Now, another operating assets is affiliate, uh, or investment in affiliate, which are companies that invest in other companies to gain some influence but not full control. The point of this is to earn a return from that investment, or to gain competitive and strategic advantage. So a couple of examples is the joint ventures, or in Spanish this is called empresas conjuntas, right? So this joint venture is a partnership between one company and another to undertake a specific business activity and to earn a share from the project. And when I ask myself about what does it mean business activity, and then the specific business activity, so business activities are any activity that a business engage uh, with the primary purpose to earn profit. And then I look at the three main of business activity, which is operating, investing and financing. Very, very important to understand the fundamental here. Okay. And when I go to the specific, the business specific activities, well, here you have is marketing, sales, accounting, human research, operations or managing operations, technology information technology, uh, customer service, and development and research, right? So, what are the things that each one of these specific business activity does is a topic that I ask to ChatGPT to help me here. Okay, that's right. So, is this an operating activities? Okay, so I ask a ChatGPT, hey, give me some example of specific business activity. So yes, marketing. But okay, now that you give me this, let me understand what are the main things that most of this company actually do. Okay, and what are the general guidelines or what this uh, business activity uh, are are doing, right? So the marketing is conducting conducting market research, something that I'm doing in my previous video, or in a sorry in a video that I'm recording myself on how to become a business freelancer, and then analyze is the e-commerce uh, industry. Okay, so I'm conducting a research there. So that's basically what marketing does: is conduct a research or conducting market research. Very, very important. Here I'm combining is two fields: the marketing and the business, as the technology as well. But to make things simple, okay, so marketing is responsible for conducting a market research, developing marketing strategies. Very, very important. It's like, okay, so once you identify is the proper niche, or once you conduct is a market research, in our case in an e-commerce, okay, what are the strategy that you're going to do in that market? Okay, so developing marketing strategies, creating advertising campaigns. Okay, so now that you identify what is the strategic strategy that you took, okay, so create the advertising campaign, actually do the work. Like, so creating advertising campaign. Okay, so creating advertising campaign, and then managing social media account. And this process, okay, will repeat, or I will argue that this process repeat itself always, or in a period of time. Okay, this process of marketing repeat itself more within a period of time. So you have the marketing. That's what it does, marketing. Okay, so marketing is responsible for conducting a market research, developing marketing strategies, and then creating ads campaigns, and managing social media accounts. Okay, okay. Then I look at sales. Okay, so sales is identify a prospect or a customer, making sales calls or discovery demos, or presentations, then negotiate. This is somewhat similar as I'm gonna take a quick tangent here. Uh, I love it because anytime that I say I'm gonna take a quick tangent, it's not, but I will make that for the sake of the video and the example. So when I look here, okay, because I'm also um, learning from another course and another learning series how to be a business consultant freelancer, right? So in there they give me is the fundamentals, how to getting started, and also is consultation sell tips, right? That's enter here in the field of sales and how important is sales, my friend. So there is something called the solution selling process, which is somewhat similar to what is describing here, okay? And that is, well, identify the prospect or do the prospect journey, okay? So they identify potential clients. Then you do a demo and discovery call. Once you reach to some sort of agreement with the client, uh, reach to the agreement for that. There are several more steps to that, but the whole point of this is to be able to relate this, which is come from uh, asking myself, or what is this business activity and the specific business activity from the joint ventures that belong to a investment in affiliates from one of the operating assets item. So that relationship of that backtracking is something important, especially when you're learning something, okay? Because you can tell not only to yourself but to someone else, especially someone that is new to the field, hey, this is the reason why you're learning this, okay? So try to see the relationship on that. Okay, but after all, sales, if I recall that from the solution selling process, is to do the prospect journey, then do the prospect journey, identify potential clients or prospect, then do a demo and discovery call, and once you reach to some sort of agreement, uh, close the deal, right? And then add value to that proposal. So close the deal and then send the proposal, right? So this is much like what, or a huge overview from the sales, what it does, which is uh, identifying potential clients or sell leads, uh, makes sales calls or presentations, and then negotiating contracts and closing deals. Then I look at the accounting, okay? So here in the accounting you have is recording financial transaction, exactly. Uh, well, I actually, because I manage my own finance, which is, that's exactly what I'm doing here, you know? And accounting say, hey, recording financial transaction, okay? Accounting is recording financial transactions, creating financial reports, okay? So after you make all of those entry in a balance sheet or an income statement and the cash flow, okay, now generate a report, create financial reports, managing accounts payable and accounts receivable, okay? Or in Spanish, this is cuentas por cobrar or cuentas por pagar, accounts payable, cuentas por pagar, accounts receivable, cuentas por cobrar, and preparing tax return. Okay. And preparing tax return. Okay, again, this is a huge overview of what the accounting activity does, right? So keep track of every financial activity, okay, or for any financial transaction, or recording financial transactions, to put it simple, okay. So recording financial transactions, create financial reports, manage accounts receivable and account payable, and preparing tax return. Okay, cool, awesome, awesome. By the way, then I look at human research. So human research is responsible for recruiting and hiring people, administrating benefits and payrolls, providing employee training and development. Most of these companies, they barely do that unless they are company that have huge amount of inflow, cash inflow, right? That they can do this. But for example, if you're a startup, most of the time you're going to wear many hats. And handling employee relationship issues like this. But this is something that human research, and because okay, I have worked by several companies back then, but I barely pay attention to what human research actually does from a employee perspective. I just want to know when they're gonna pay me, and that's all. There is no care. There's no training. I don't care about the development for that. It's like for my all, even before my software development uh, career, right? But now human research, okay, is responsible for recruiting and hiring new employees. Okay, so human research is responsible for recruiting and hiring new employees. Yeah, recruiting and hiring new employees, administrating benefits and payroll. Okay, recruiting and hiring new employees, administrating uh, benefits and payroll, provide providing employee training and development. I didn't know that they have. Well, okay. Well, all right. Providing employee training and development, and handling employee relationship issues. Okay. So the TLDR of the human research is recruiting and hiring new employees, manage or administrating, administrating, administering that word, manage, administrating. So recruiting and hiring new people, manage payroll and benefits, providing providing employees training and development, and handling employee relationship issues. I love how ChatGPT generate this kind of text, because it doesn't repeat itself. You know, there's no there of course there is a use of very um, unnecessary verbs, okay, or very British verbs most of the time. But it's like that. It's like that's human research. Okay. So human research. So human research, well, is responsible for recruiting and hiring new people, manage benefits and payroll, providing this something took me because it's like most of my my previous work experience before being a software developer, they barely pay attention to that. It's like they barely pay attention to that. But in any case, it's providing development. It's providing development, development. They provide training and development and handling employee relationship issues. Then I look at the operation management. Okay, and the operation manager is developing and implementing production process. This is more relevant now to the business operations, okay, or one of the business activity, or one of the business operations. Okay, operations management is developing and implementing production process, managing supply chain, ensuring quality control, and optimizing operational efficiency. This is uh, this section, okay, is very easy to see uh, in Walmart, Target, all of these big wholesales, uh, food commerce. Okay, so when they have all of this, even though Amazon as well, okay, so the operations management, and most of the time the vast majority of people are in here, and operations management. This is a very interesting question, um, because I just, what is the pie? What is the percentage of people? What is the percentage? What is the percentage of people working on, yeah, or give me a pie chart of people. Give me a pie chart of, give me a give me a percentage pie chart of people. Give me a percentage of pie chart of companies, of companies of companies people on each business, on each specific business activity for, let's say, e-commerce, for e-commerce, or for wholesales, for the wholesale, for the food wholesale business. Give me a percentage pie of companies people on each specific business activity for the wholesale. I don't have access to specific data for all companies operating in food. I'm sorry, but as a AI language, I don't have access to specific data for all companies operation in the full sec. However, I can provide you with general breakdown of the different business activities that are typically involved in this industry. based on industry trends and common practice. What is this? Of different business activities are typically involved in this industry based on the industry trends and common practice. Please note that these percentages are only estimated and may vary depending on the size of the structure of the company. Additionally, the specific role and responsibility within each business activity can, can vary widely depending on the company and its operation. So, 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 on the food wholesale business, it tells me, hey, there is a huge majority of people that belongs to procurement and purchase, supply chain management and logistics, and sales and marketing, operations and productions, finance and accounting, and human research and administrator. Only 5%. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Operations and productions, procurement and purchasing, which involved is in the purchase or sale of large volume to get a good bid, usually, and supply chain management and logistic. Supply chain management and logistic, 30%. And then you got sales and marketing, meaning that there is a huge amount of people working on the supply chain management and its logistic. The vast majority of companies on wholesale, on the food wholesale business, are on the supply chain management and logistic. Interesting. 30%. That's something interesting. That's very, very interesting. Okay. Very, very, very interesting. Uh, so go back to the uh, business activity. Okay. Yeah. Well, at least this estimate, this roughly estimate, can give me some insights. This roughly estimate can give me some insight about what are the things that you can, what is the most common, or when is the most common place where you can find. This gives me some basic insights of how many people work on some of the business activities or some of the specific business activity, like sales and marketing. And it's funny because they merge that, sales and marketing are just one. Supply chain management and logistic, procurement and purchase, operation and production, finance and accounting, and human research and administrative. Okay. um, okay. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick pause because I'm going to the bathroom. All right. Mhm. Okay. So this is a specific business activity. Okay. So marketing, sales, accounting, human research, operations management. Okay, what you have here is developing and implementing production process. And the operation management is developing and implementing production process. Production process. Developing and implementing production process, managing supply chain, ensuring quality control, and optimizing operational efficiency. Okay, so developing and implementing production process, the managing supply chain, ensuring quality control, and optimizing operational efficiency. Mhm. On operations management, developing and implementing production process, managing supply chain, ensuring quality control, because of course once you purchase something, you want to know if that actually comes as expected, ensuring quality control, and optimizing operational efficiency. Okay, so this is on the operation management, developing and implementing production process, developing and implementing production process, managing supply chain, ensuring quality control, and optimizing operational efficiency. Okay. And after all, what I'm doing here is just imagine what are all of this. Uh, what does it mean? All of these words, After all, it's like developing and implementing production process. Okay, which are a bunch of people that gather in there and they identify, hey, what is the most likely process that we have to set up, for example, to deliver if you're a small food wholesale. Okay, what are the most efficient way to deliver cashew nuts, right? Okay, so developing and implementing production of process, managing supply chains, because well you want to make sure if you are selling cashew new, okay, what are my vendors, my providers? Okay, so managing supply chain and ensuring quality control, because okay, even though that you purchase large volume of cashew, you want to know which one of them can be actually uh, used to sell. And optimizes operational efficiency. Okay. And when I look at the information technology, something that I quite experience here, which is managing computer networks, implementing design or developing design and implementing software systems. Okay, the the relationship here with the operation management and the information technology is that operation management, okay, it's like operation management, okay. So operation management develop and implement production process, and the information technology, well, okay, uh, manage computer networks, but also develop and implement. It develop. Okay, so information technology is, well, managing computer network, developing and implementing software systems, you know, software system, and providing technical support in ensuring data security and ensuring data security. So that are the main responsibility that the information technology department do, right? Managing computer networks, developing and implementing software systems, providing technical support, and ensuring data security. Okay. And the next business, the specific business activity is the customer service. Okay. Funny, they don't actually mention anything related to the customer service. Not at all. Not at all. But with customer service is responding to customer inquiry. This is something that before I getting into the software engineer career, where before I followed the software engineer career, I was working at customer service from Movistar. Okay, so responding to customer inquiries, handling complaints and refunds, providing technical support, and ensuring customer satisfaction. That's exactly what I did back then, right? So it's responding to customer inquiries, handling complaints and refunds. That actually was not that good, but this is exactly the section where I was working. So where I work, okay, as customer service. So responding to customer inquiries, handling complaints and refunds, providing technical support, and ensuring customer satisfaction. Research and development, conducting research to develop new product or improve existing one, testing product prototypes, and developing intellectual property such as patent and trademark. And with that, that'll be all for this video. Take care. Bye bye.